Alright, what's up yins guys? Time for another video. In this video I'm gonna talk about a few things and maybe make fun of a few things. Talk about, in some ways, talk about stupid people in a way and how they're stupid in a way they're not stupid. A little bit of everything like the heyday or early days of eBay and the days of family members, grandparents told us that's not to make fun of them, but you laughed about it and shit you believed as a kid. Okay, which it really, I think, shit. What that was. Try not to laugh here, cause sorry about that. But before eBay was ever around, we were small kids. Shit that we were told. Family members that, not that you were making fun of them or ridiculing them, but remember parents or grandparents that you liked way before you ever got older and or people my age anyway. Before there was ever an eBay and shit like that, you had grandparents and family members kept a big amount of shit in the basement or attic. Some stuff we can look back on and say, oh, we wish we had one or two of those things now or whatever, just to have it. And that, people that a couple of you guys might even bring up the TV show Hoarders or whatever too, but you might have had a few of them as a kid. But anyway, the people that kept all kind of shit, and they said, and you believed it for a while as a kid. Oh, it's going to be worth money someday. And you're not really laughing at these family members, but you're looking back on them laughing, and you're thinking now like. Well, when I was in college, maybe it's like 20 years ago, eBay, you know how gullible-ass people. There was actually a book I found in a half-price books one time, all about eBay and the crazy shit people paid a ridiculous amount of money for. Them days at eBay where people were gullible enough to bid high on shit that you can get for a fucking dollar, okay? You know what I mean? And records, too. You get them for $1, and people were doing that. People got more shrewd nowadays, too, as far as that's concerned. But, yeah, I remember, looking back as a kid, we used to believe that shit. And then there was these, wherever you're at your TV, whatever TV show your TV had on there, on your network, those shows that feature people. You ever see them dang shows? There's different names for them. Not to bash them, it was interesting. But you're laughing at it at the same time, and in my case, that they're fake, okay? Antique shows, which, not to laugh at them, I didn't watch TV just to ridicule them, right? But there was some pretty cool-looking stuff. But what made me laugh was they're over there with their thing, and not making fun of them, not really. In a way, really cool item, right? And these people hype them all up and says, oh, this... It's almost like they might as well be running down on the stage like the Price is Right, like they won $10,000 or won a new car, right? I don't even want to get into stuff that I can make a whole video about, like whether a controversy of whether these game shows are really for real and people get that shit or not. But anyway, it entered my mind. They're on there like they're in a game show and they're happy, like almost like they won $10,000, and we can argue whether these shows are fake, even though they bring the people on the shows bring really cool stuff on there. They be telling them like, and they're all happy like they won a game show. It's like, oh, this item here, oh yeah, this is worth all this money, a couple $1,000, and they're all gleefully jumping around happy like, oh wow, this is worth all this money. But you don't see anybody telling anybody on that show, okay, where can I go sell this for all this money? And you guys on here watching might have a different opinion on this because I have seen myself, to be fair, there's shit in stores where the yuppies will just whip out money. I'm not saying that people don't get certain kind of money for stuff. When the store wants to sell us something for a certain amount of money and they want you to buy it, okay, but try taking an item at somebody's word for it at one of these stores. I mean, they're going to give you as low as possible or say it's going for this or that, or some of them will try to get it off of you as low as possible, and they'll go and slap a price tag. Well, that's business. I like the stores. I'm not trashing them. Back when I was younger, when I had some of my better paying industrial jobs, okay, when I was buying nice stereos and stuff, everybody else was buying drugs, booze, running out to look for women, getting high, right, and getting getting roommates, so that they get to get their money and pay their rent, do all this shit, spend all their money, and work like in a job doing that. And me, I was that long-haired long-haired person people don't like buying nice stereos. And I bought some nice exotic kind of antique looking stuff, but I got some things for a good price back in the day that I used to have. So I used to buy things from the stores, some stores too. I paid some, may have overpaid for some stuff that I was really into at the time. So, anyways, I'm just saying that so it's not about bashing the stores. I like the stores, and that's business in the same way. But yeah, you were told when not to make fun of your grandparents, but the way they used to say it, oh, they're keeping all this stuff. There was some stuff that's going to be worth money someday, and they're talking right like, oh, you're going to bring a suitcase, and then oh, it's going to be worth money someday. So, in other words, when you get older, it's like, oh, well, someday I'm just going to get an empty suitcase full of some money, and I'm going to go. There's going to be somebody that I can take this shit to and get a suitcase full of money. Yeah, grandparents said things they like to believe, too. But then I also, if you got this far in this video, I also wish all that was true, too, because there's junk stores around, too. I like junk stores. I like the concept that there's enough of that marketing propaganda not to overprice and take people's money, so to speak, but I think it's the answer to waste, stuff being in landfills. You know how shit is being, the marketing propaganda, how this marketing propaganda, how this bullshit is good. The reason why it's good, you want a little bit of it, without overdoing it, because I'm not an environmental fanatic, but I see, judging by these YouTube videos about the largest garbage dumps all over the world, people are cranking shit out in factories continually, whether it's made in China, made in different places. And every year, holidays, people are buying things, throwing shit away, throwing perfectly good shit away. And people, all kind of different people, acting like yuppies, or maybe they are yuppies, just throwing shit away. Some people donate stuff to stores, junk stores. I mean, I'm a firm believer in some of these businesses can price certain things to move. There's constantly shit being cranked out, clothes, items, and everything, and it's like, and stuff goes in the garbage, you know what I mean? And you got to keep that factory cranking out, going to people get jobs, and how do you know it's forever? But anyway, if you got this far in this video too, I should have did this as a joke. I know some comedians I probably never seen probably did this, but I'll tell you this story. I should have put it in the beginning of this video, but I'll do this. I needed this. This is a book, a prop, just to show you how ridiculous it is. I shit you not. I used to go to places like we had in our area half-price books, or I don't know what yins guys got in your area, right? Where you can buy records for $1 and you got all these used books and all the shit. I love those places too, and you can buy used video games and all that. If you got this far, maybe I ought to splice this joke into the beginning of the video. But anyway, I shit you not. Records, like I says, eBay, I don't want to waste too much time on. I already saying records were on the list of things that people overpay in the eBay. Meanwhile, you can get them for a fucking $1. And then a lot of things are digitally produced. People don't want records, they want them for their wall. But the stupidest, idiotic thing that's a total lie was, in my opinion, was the vinyl record buyer's guide. This is how freaking silly this is. And I knew a person, a friend of mine, and a neighbor I used to live in, I did a little work for him once, had one of them in their shelves along with other buyer's guide. But I shit you not, I'm doing this to be comedic. Maybe some comedian that I never seen probably doing this, or a couple of us should do this as a comedian. I was looking for records, right? And there was this guy, a beard, kind of a heavy set guy and all that. He's looking all serious. I'm pretending this is like a buyer's guide. It's not. He's looking at records. You and me maybe want one just put on our wall. I've done it. We are making it into MP3 in our computer, but now you can download damn near anything and pay, a little bit of fee on, or go on Spotify or whatever the hell. But this is like 20 years ago. The guy looking in records, right? Okay, I'm getting to it. I'm trying not to laugh because I see this funny. Well, maybe people like you and me are buying maybe for nostalgia old record of some kind, whether it's disco, funk, soul, rock and roll, a little bit of everything, whether you're black or white watching this. Okay, so this guy taking a buyer's. I'm joking about people taking a vinyl album buyer's guide real seriously. The look on this guy's. I'm trying to do this without laughing. Okay, unlike you and me looking, he's running through the records, right? The $1 records and the half price books, going like this, and he has the buyer's guide open like this. Right, he's going like. He's making his face, looking at the record. He's going with the page. Record, say the record, the shelf with the little thing with all the records is over here, leafing through it. He's like, he's looking all serious. He's looking like all serious, like he really believes that, like, these records, all this, maybe this original record, Fleetwood Mac, say Fleetwood Mac or Black Sabbath, or maybe a Sam Cooke record, or I mean, there were some blues artists that first printings. Even you can argue now that even an original Elvis Presley album, I was seeing them for $1 or $2, or some places even $5, depending on the condition. You know why? You want the covers for nostalgia, and well, you can even buy a picture of a cover. I mean, some places online you can buy the picture, but not even buy it. You can print a picture of an album cover and put it in a frame, and see it online if it's a good enough picture, and print it out and put it on. But one of my favorite YouTube channels that I was watching, Amazing Top Tens, of one young lady on there. She had all kind of records in the back of the background on the wall. You want to do something like that, you can get all them records for about $1. But some dude, okay, and he's going like this record, a vinyl album buyer's guide. He's leafing through like this, right? And he's going, turning the pages all serious, all like, turning pages all like. I'm laughing I can't even barely speak right because I'm almost thinking this shit's so funny, almost laughing my ass off. But so I'm basically was telling you from the beginning of time. Maybe you have a different opinion on that than me. Like, I don't care who you're watching, whether you like me or not, or who you are. There was always that when you were a kid, that grandparent or that relative or some bad buddy that was an older adult saying, keeping all kind of shit in the attic, and say, oh, that's going to be worth like a lot. And the way they would say it too, oh, that's going to be worth a lot of money someday. And some of them out there, you guys kind of got to know, they could have been featured on that TV show Hoarders. You had that shit too. That was a fire hazard, not to batch them. I mean, you want to have a nice collection of display shit, you know what I mean? But if you have stuff in a big pile and mice are getting in there, and the temperature of the room, the weather is causing the kind of a rot, and maybe you got spiders, piles of stuff where spiders are in there or something, maybe you ought to open up an online or a physical junk store or yard sale and, have a little bit of fun, whether there's something and price it to move, rather than, be a fire hazard, you know what I mean, too. But yeah, this is good stand-up comedian material, and there's probably stand-up comedians or that probably you're out there somewhere. I'm not living under a rock, but I didn't see every single time. My point is, I could probably be a stand-up comedian in my own way, or go like Henry Rollins, say something on stage whether people laugh or not, and talk about this shit and be your own stand-up comedian. But like I said before, I indicated before, just like sources are exhausted, words become cliches. Every freaking thing that comes out of our mouth is a cliche. Some of us swear off a TV for a while. Yeah, because of that shit. Not anything's become cliche. Every joke was taken. Music, all the riffs were taken, no matter what kind of music, even if it's rap music. Every single rap lyric was taken away, and they just jumbled up a different way. Every single heavy metal or death metal guitar riff was taken in a way, so they got to recycle the riffs. Instead of da 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 da. Okay, we gotta change that a little bit. It's turning cliche, so why don't we just go da 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 da? And then whether it's like rap music or girly pop music that's in the girly pop in today, out tomorrow music, or boy band. All the riffs were taken. Every lyric was taken. Uh, every joke, you got to wonder, every joke you say or every insult you say came off a TV or came off of something. And same thing with items being manufactured and cranked out. Whether it's furniture, records, clothes, different things. And hype it up like this is going to be worth money someday. Meanwhile, shit is being cranked out at such a rate in stores. Industrial cranking out of things that drives the price down of. Yeah, it's getting a little harder, in my opinion, to even have a junk store or an antique store and try to price something higher like it's worth something someday. There's some businesses, not bashing them, that are very good at it. If you got a yuppie that can whip out the money, so be it. But not to make fun of it. I have respect for it. Like I said, I was a buyer myself or whatever, or something that I was really after. Well, and just to finish this video out, I actually hated it too, where you had all kind of shit everywhere that when you're not looking for it, it's all over the place. But then you decide you want or need one, not a single one in sight, and then somebody puts it on a line for a ridiculous price. But then if you fucking have one, right, you acquire one, and you try to sell it for half that, and all of a sudden there's the undercutters everywhere. But anyway, I could go on, but this was just a kind of partial rant and rambling or whatever.